Good morning. Arthur Rafferty speaking on behalf of the Arthur Rafferty Foundation. I see that more inquests have been carried out in Northern Ireland recently, but of course my father, Arthur Joseph Rafferty, is still waiting on his inquest to be heard after 42 years. He was murdered by the state who colluded with Sinn Féin ARA, that same scum who sit side by side in Stormont running this corrupt country with bigots on behalf of the British state. That same British state who run this country with their corrupt so-called politicians, with that paramilitary group calling themselves the RUCPSNA, a police force who employed Sinn Féin area informers to murder my father, Arthur Joseph Rafferty, in 1974. This paramilitary group were also involved in murdering hundreds of innocent members of the public for no other reason that only that they were Catholics, and they used the Sinn Féin area informers to do their dirty work for them. That same Sinn Féin area who sit in Stormont calling themselves protectors of the Catholic people. That same Sinn Féin area who are now full members of the British state and can't wait to be invited over to see the Queen for tea and buns and to shake her hand. And of course she is their paymaster. Now to get back to that NAMA scandal. Fraud has been committed and it is a week since the Spotlight show, and that corrupt RUCPSNA have not arrested anyone or even questioned anyone. Two people have been clearly mentioned on the show. Both have broken the law, yet this so-called police force still refuse to do what they are paid to do, to uphold law and order. This man, Cushionham, was given a first-class recommendation as being an honest man by both Peter Robinson and Sammy Wilson, both DUP politicians. Well, if that is the company that these people keep and do business with, is it any wonder that Northern Ireland is in the state it is in? Then you get the other participant in the show, Miskelly, being portrayed as a sick man, losing all his property and being bankrupt, and Miskelly and the BBC used entrapment to entice Cushionham to help get him all his properties back at a low price. Surely the BBC, who are pro RUCPSNA, as they have shown lots of times, were breaking the law? Or is it that they didn't think that the RUCPSNA would do a proper job this time? After the mess they made in the Stormont scandal, no one was ever questioned or charged or brought to court. Miskelly played his part well, saying that he was a sick man, being bankrupt. Then how in the name of God did he get £40,000 cash, and he had already paid £10,000 previous to Cushionham, and he had no problems walking over to Cushionham's Jaguar with a bag full of money. Now these people have questions to answer. Miskelly, where does a bankrupt man get £40,000 cash? Cushionham, an honest man according to the DUP, working for both NAMA and Miskelly. Surely that is illegal, and I will be eagerly awaiting to see what that so-called police force, the RUCPSNA, do. Surely they cannot turn their backs on this fraud. But of course, nothing would surprise me in this corrupt country of Northern Ireland, run by terrorists, bigots, who have no shame or morality. Just look at what happened after the Stormont scandal. Not one penny was paid back by those corrupt so-called politicians. Money that was to help our down and out members of the public. Money that was stolen from the public purse. But sure, no one seems to care in this God-forsaken country. Now, I think my charity, the Arthur Rafferty Foundation, was the only charity to have raised this matter about the Stormont fraud. I have got in contact with many charities to go and protest at Stormont to show our disgust at those MLAs and MPs, but not one had the decency to reply to my invite. It was a total waste of my time, but I should have known, as those faceless charities all get funding from those corrupt scum at Stormont, and they have to toe the line and keep their mouths closed, or they would get no funding. Now my charity, on the other hand, gets no funding from those scum, and never have had any funding. I have been going for 15 years, that's why I, as a charity, can stand up and express my total disgust at those other faceless charities and other companies who sit back and allow those at Stormont to get away with massive fraud out of the public purse. The same public purse that also pays those charities their funding. And now you don't have to be Einstein to work that one out. Now to finish off, I would like to ask the Catholic Church a few questions about sainthood. How is it that many of the saints are members of religious orders, priests, bishops, cardinals and popes, and very few, if any, are ordinary members of the public? Those members of religious orders are sheltered in convents, monasteries or churches, while members of the public have to live in the big wild world outside where temptation is rife 24/7. Yet I know plenty of good, holy, pious people who have lived saintly lives in the outside world. Yet these saintly people are never mentioned as saints or even get talked about. I think it is wrong to make a class difference in Catholics. One case in particular is a child called Antonetta Mayo Nemolino, who was born in 1930 and died in 1937. This child was a walking saint, yet she has been waiting almost 80 years to be raised to the sainthood by the Catholic Church, while others have just recently died, have been raised to sainthood straight away. But of course they were members of religious orders. I find that to be unjust. I would like someone from the Catholic Church to speak to me about this situation, and would like to put I would like to put this child's name forward to those in charge to raise her to sainthood without any further ado, and as in my eyes she is already a saint. This is a picture of the little child saint who died 80 years ago in Rome. Anyone who would like a tape of this story or any one of my stories can call me on my mobile 07715921137. Leave your name and address and I will send you a tape free. Thank you. Anyone who has a story to tell and wishes me to air it can call me on my mobile 07715921137, or I can send out a reporter to get your story. And remember, I will tell your story as you tell me. Nothing will be cut out. Watch more of my stories on YouTube, ArthurRafferty.com, YouTube Arthur Rafferty, Arthur Rafferty Docker, YouTube Jackspot 2012. That is a tip about the brutal murder of my father by a 5-man gang of Sinn Féin ARA, led by Freddie Scappaticci, all police informers on the orders of the British government, the RUCPSNI and the Special Branch. Now that Sinn Féin ARA scum Scappaticci carried out their orders on their command. My email is arthurrafferty1@gmail.com. Now this is another look at the picture of that little child I will be putting forward to be a saint. Thank you, and I will see you soon.